It's a pleasure to have him with us here this afternoon, as it is for each and every speaker. But to take time out of his schedule to be here, we deeply appreciate it. He came to LSU in 2008 from Duke University, where he served as athletic director. He added vice chancellor to his title at LSU in 2009. He currently serves on the NCAA Men's Basketball Committee. He's a member of several Hall of Fames, including the North Carolina American Legion Hall of Fame, the Suffern High School Hall of Fame, and the Rockland County Hall of Fame. The LSU Tigers open their 215th season against McNeese State this coming Saturday, 6:30 p.m., where it never rains at Tiger Stadium. Please give a warm Quarterback Club welcome to Joe Alleva of LSU.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. Before I get started, I just want to assure you that what the foundation is doing here with Jay represents New Orleans like no other city. You couldn't be in better hands than with Jay and his group. And Coach, what you do for the young people, the role model that you set and the standards that you set in your school, you are superiorly to be complimented for everything you've done. Congratulations. Well, I came here today to talk about soccer, right? Soccer. Well, first, I just want to talk about the state of college athletics a little bit. You read a lot about lawsuits and cases that are going on. You know, for any of you out there that have been an athlete, there's never been a better time to be an athlete than right now. It's unbelievable what they get. You get room, board, tuition, books, fees. If you qualify, you can get a Pell Grant, which is up to like $6,000 a year. And now you can get cost of attendance, which varies from school to school, but it's anywhere from around $3,000 or $4,000 to $5,000 a year pocket money. When I was in school, we used to get laundry money. See, you were going to say that. We used to get $15 a month for laundry money. Now they get $5,000 a year to play with. You know, everyone talks about paying athletes. There's not a better time to be an athlete. And people forget that a lot of these young men and women that go to college wouldn't have the opportunity to go to college if it wasn't for athletics and having a scholarship. So, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it's a great time to be an athlete. It's a terrific time. We've got some great things going on campus. I hope some of you have a chance to come up there this weekend. We've got a new tennis center that's opened up. It's fantastic. State-of-the-art tennis center. We've got a gymnastics practice facility going up for Dee Dee Bro. She's been our gymnastics coach for 35 years, and I've had to put up with her for 7 years. And I've got her a nice facility now, and she loves me, so it's terrific. State-of-the-art, though. But you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about football. You know, over the past 7 years, we've done a lot to Tiger Stadium, and we have some plans to do more. We fixed up the outside of Tiger Stadium. I'm very proud of the way it looks. And now we're going to turn our attention to the inside of Tiger Stadium, to the bowels of Tiger Stadium, and fix that up. When you walk up the ramps, it's not what it should look like. We've got some plans to build some beer gardens in the stadium. That's totally legal. We can do that. We've got to renovate some restrooms. We're gonna fix up the inside of Tiger Stadium. So I think that you'll all be very pleased when you see that in the years to come. We also have plans to break ground in December for a nutrition center, which will serve all of our athletes. They'll all be able to eat there. I'm really excited about that. We'll have our own chefs. We'll have nutritionists on board. If you want to gain weight, they'll help you gain weight. If you want to lose weight, they'll help you lose weight. So I think that'll be a big tool, not only to help our athletes while they're here, but hopefully they'll learn the right way to eat for the rest of their lives and develop good habits. Down the road, it'll probably be 3 or 4 years later, we're going to build a dorm right next to that nutrition center. And I really believe the way things are going in the NCAA, we're going to get back to the old days of having athletic dorms. The way it is right now, kids live all over. 90% of our athletes that are upperclassmen live off campus. You have no control over them, you don't know what they're doing, you know where they are. So I'm a big proponent of athletic dorms, and I know a lot of athletic directors are, and I think we're going to get back to that again. Regardless of if the rule changes, we're still going to build a dorm. The rule right now says you can only have 50% of the occupants of the dorm be athletes. So if that's the case, we'll have half of the dorm will be full of athletes. But that'll be a great tool. And you know, all these things that I'm mentioning, they're great for the kids, but they're also great for recruiting. The name of the game is recruiting. You have to have talented players. And nutrition centers, academic centers, dorms are very important in the recruiting process. Before any of you ask me the question, Les Miles is fine. He's fine. I don't know what was wrong with him. We took him to the hospital. He had a series of tests, and he passed them all with flying colors. He's fine. He went back to practice yesterday, so everything's good. Cam Cameron, I'm sure you've read about him. Cam had a procedure, and he's healthy. He's fine. So I'm excited about Saturday night and getting this thing started. You know, people ask me all the time, you see what they say on TV. Our team is capable of winning every game. Our team is also capable of losing 4 or 5. Where we're going to end up in between, I have no idea. But I do know we have a lot of talent. We have a tremendously talented team. I think we're very well coached. You know, if you follow us at all, that last year wasn't the best that we've ever had in quarterback play. I think we have 2 kids that can play quarterback. Brandon Harris is an extremely talented young man. He has an NFL arm. He can throw with anybody. He's quick and he can run. And if he can lead us the way I hope he can, we've got a chance to have an outstanding season. I hope many of you will show up and come to Tiger Stadium, and we've got an attractive home schedule. I'm excited about our future. We've done a wonderful job of recruiting. You talk about Les Miles. I got asked a question yesterday about Les and, you know, how old he is, and my evaluation of the program and all that kind of good stuff. And one thing that Les does remarkably well is he has the ability at 61 years old, and coach must have the same ability to do it in high school. He has a great ability to relate to these kids. They love it. They absolutely have a great relationship. And when you talk to our players, they really respect and admire Coach Miles. And as long as he has that characteristic, he'll be able to coach for a long time, because that is, in my opinion, be able to motivate and have the passion for the game is really a huge, important part of being a head coach. So, what I'd really like to do is answer your questions, and I hope you have a few for me. So, shoot away.
Raise your hand, please.
Don't be shy.
The parking situation last year, especially getting off of campus after games, was horrendous and has been for the last couple of years. When I was a student, we used to have cops out there, and it was one way, and it seemed to flow much better 25 years ago. What is being done, really, not just study, but to get the campus flowing faster after games?
Well, first of all,
You might have a student 25.
First of all, 25 years ago, the stadium was a lot smaller, and there were a lot fewer people there. That's number one. Number two, last year we did do contraflow down Nicholson, going south toward New Orleans, and that actually worked pretty well. This year we're going to do contraflow on Burbank. The state police have decided that Burbank's a better road to use contraflow on. We're going to contraflow Burbank all the way out to, they tell me all the way out to the interstate. So we'll see how it goes. But, you know, the problem is the infrastructure around the stadium is no different really than it was when you were in school 25 years ago. So that's the biggest problem. There are no more roads. The road situation is the same. We do have policemen at almost every corner now, moving traffic. But you're right, it's not ideal. The best thing is to do is to go back to your car and tailgate for a while and take your time before you go home. But I can't make new roads, I'm sorry. I wish I could. Yeah. I can't hear you. Just yell, just yell.
Sure. Sugar was a call to action talk show. With the SEC being so competitive, how do you get, how is the recruiting going? How do you get them to go to your school versus, you know, the bigger schools like Alabama and different other, what are the other schools, you know, like Alabama and everything, with the recruiting process being, you know, much more rigorous?
Right. Well, if you look, the last 3 or 4 years, we've had top recruiting classes, and we're not short on talent. I mean, we may have a whole lot of excuses for not winning games, but one of our excuses is not lack of talent. We have, and something else, sidestep your question for a second, but what Coach was saying, I believe that Louisiana has more players that were born in Louisiana and raised in Louisiana playing in the NFL than any other state in the country. So that goes to your point. But our problem will not be lack of talent. Our recruiting has been very good. The state of Louisiana is a fertile place to recruit, and we've been fortunate to attract some other athletes from Texas, Florida, and but our main focus, just like was mentioned with Tulane, our main focus is the state of Louisiana. We feel like if we can get the best players out of Louisiana, we're always going to have a good team. All right, you all. Thank you.